out through that front end, just doesn't quite have the thickness and natural muscle of that calf that leads off the class. Then the big growthy bull has tremendous size and scale, a September calf. He's a bull that wants to roach his top just a little bit when he walks, not quite as good from hooks to pins, maybe has a little bit more, has just a touch of swelling on that left hock as I see him. But a real nice calf. He's a calf that has tremendous length about him, very nice sheath. Just wants to roach his top up just a little bit when he travels. Real nice group of bulls to start off your show.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And ladies and gentlemen, back on the Brahman side for your results in the first class here at Class 28 of your red show. Taking first place honors in the first class of bulls, 1533, Brahman Exhibitor Herzog Cattle Company taking that blue ribbon with their bull, Mr. H.C. Alex, 111/9. Second in the class went to 1418, Richard Chambly, owner and exhibitor of Huntington, Texas, and Mr. Red E. Tex, 152/9. And third in the class went to 1678, Brianna Reeves, owner and exhibitor from Winnie, Texas. We're now into our Class 29, late spring bull calves that were born during May and June.
All right, over here on our Rangas show, let's give you your results in Class 31. First went to entry number 2045 with the bull HCT Roy's Mr. Boudreaux 789H, Harper Cattle and Timber Exhibitor owned by Casey Harper of Boyd, Texas. Second went to entry 2040 with the owner exhibitor being Pac Ponderosa from Boyd, Texas. And third went to entry 2156 with Skyhawk Rangas entry out of Tyler, Texas. Now moving into our Class 32, these are your summer bull calves, May to June 2019. This is Class 32.
Okay guys, we kind of had to move around a little bit there. We're going to do the best we can today. We have 2 arenas going, so we kind of are moving around a little bit. We're going to see if the AJBA directors can kind of, they're very considerate and know that we're trying to work hard to give you guys a great shot. So let's go back to that first class. We kind of had to move our camera equipment right in the middle of it, but that was SCC Balia 34 over, oh, sorry about that. Nope, it wasn't. It was Mr. H.C. Axel 119/9. That was a Maximus son. Maximus has really kicked it out of the park here. This show. He's had quite a few champions, and that was out of Miss 7IL. So that was Natalie Herzog on the stick. And our second place winner earlier today . The second place winner in that first class was number 1806. I'm sorry, it was number 1418. That was Mr. Red E. Tex, 152/9. That was a KC Apache son out of CT Lady Adalia.
Here on these summer calves in the Rangas show, just a real powerful individual to lead off the class. He's a bull that dominates the, if you'll circle him over here, ma'am. He's a bull that dominates the class as far as weight per day of age, muscle thickness, Rangas breed character, and also has the most desirable sheath of the class. You get behind him, you can just keep walking him, ma'am. We'll just stop him right over here, side view profile. Just a real nice bull, very easy class winner. It's very close pacing on his next 3 bulls. I'm going to use the bull that's a barn water frame here in second. He's not quite as level down that top line, wants to be a little bit steeper into his rump. But I think of the 3 remaining calves, he travels the best on his feet and legs, has maybe just a little bit nicer sheath about him, and retains that prepuce real well. But a bull I'd sure like to level up just a tad in his pin setting. Very long-sided bull, the slick-haired bull that stands in third. I'd like for him to walk nicer off his hind legs. He wants to kick that sawdust up a little bit when he walks. Not quite as sound on his foot placement as I'd like him to be. But young man, I appreciate that length of that bull real well, and he does have some natural thickness about him. Real nice eye-appealing calf here that stands in fourth, very long-sided, beautifully designed sheath and prepuce on him. Just like to see him be stronger off his hind legs. He can't lock his left pastern down. He wants to knuckle over just a little bit when he walks. And if you watch him track away from you, he wants to really get straddle-legged, wants to hock in just a little bit. If he walked nicer, he would have been the second place bull. Big, powerful bull wins the class.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And here are your results in Class 32. First goes to entry 2042 with the bull PP Gennaro 915G15, Pat Ponderosa, your owner and exhibitor, out of Boyd, Texas. Second goes to entry 2157, Skyhawk Rangas entry from Tyler.
Okay guys, those of you who are joining us, just so you know, we have 2 arenas running at the same time. So you're going to hear Jim Williams talking the Rangas show, I believe, and we have Pascal.
Here in this particular class, we have a single entry, an April Rangas bull that's really nice and level down his top line. Bull that's correct on his feet and legs. Bull that has tremendous testicular development and scrotal circumference. Just beautifully designed from a reproductive standpoint. He's a bull that gives you nice eye appeal when you look at him from the side. He has some thickness and muscle body. I could correct him just a little bit, maybe stouten him up on his bone just a tad. But a real nice, balanced Rangas bull that you could be proud to have in any pasture. Congratulations, ma'am. Single entry that you got a good bull.
Ladies and gentlemen, your results in Class 33 as follows. First goes entry 1931 with the bull WC Groundbreaker 512G, Wyman Creek Cattle, exhibiting for your owner, Carolyn Belden of Oroville, California. Now we're going to lead in.
Okay guys, we're still going to probably move. They've kind of changed the way they're working the arena. So we're probably going to close up after this class and we will go and get you guys a better view maybe.
We come to our Class 2 Red Brahman bulls, and I'll tell you, sitting out here looking at them, it's a good set of bulls from top to bottom. A very impressive set of bulls. You've got some different types in here, but the breeders should be proud of this class that they brought to us because there's some exceptional bulls out in this lineup. when we look at them. We start the class off with, I think, with a bull that's the first and second are very similar in their type and kind. When we look at them, they're both powerful bulls. They've got a lot of natural muscle and thickness throughout. You look at the first place bull, he's got a powerful top in him. He's got a good hip in him when we look at him. You appreciate the length of neck he's got a smooth shoulder on him when we look at him. We come to the bull next, the speckled neck bull. I think there's just more balance to the bull that wins the class, and that's just getting picky because he's a good bull. He's stout made. He's a bull I think just doesn't quite have, he's about a rib shorter I think when we look at him on profile when we compare him to the first place bull. But two good bulls that pair up quite nicely in first and second. We come to the third place bull today. He's just, he's green in his condition, but when we look at the lines on this bull, I think when we see him a year from now, he's going to be a totally different bull in this class. He's a big bone bull with good structure about him today. But when we look at him, just compared to today, it's a show day, and he just doesn't quite have the overall bloom and muscle and thickness, but he's a big bull with a lot of raw bonus to him, and he's going to be a good bull for a breeding program. We come to the next bull. He's a little shorter made, shorter couple type bull, I think, but a bull you like for his balance. When you see him on a move, I think that's what gets you. You just want him to stretch him out and get around the arena just a bit more, but a good, nice bull when you see him in this lineup. We come to the next calf that's coming up to us, a big, deep, soggy calf. When we look at him today, I think in the best time of him again is going to be ahead of it. He's got some depth of heart to him when we see him today, but I'd just like to extend him out just a bit more when we're comparing this class of bulls. We get on down the line, a powerful set of bulls, like I said. Congratulations to y'all, and thank you for bringing them this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swanner, for those comments. First in this class goes to entry 1669 with the bull JLCS HB, Mr. Skip Renault, 609. Paradise Island Incorporated, your owner and exhibitor, out of Kaplan, Louisiana. Second went to entry number 1468, Dietering Brothers Cattle Company, your owner, out of Hempstead, Texas. Third went to entry number 1636, Moreno Ranches of Marlin, Texas. Fourth went to entry number 1788, owned and exhibited by Schulte Cattle Company of Brenham, Texas. Fifth went to entry 1469, Dietering Brothers Cattle Company out of Hempstead, your owners. Sixth went to entry 1554, Ken Ramsey Brahmans of Sealy, Texas, your owner and exhibitor. Seventh went to entry 1515, JH Genetics owning out of Charleston, Tennessee. Eighth went to entry number 1631, Moreno Ranches entry from Marlin, Texas. Ninth went to entry 1438.
Okay, guys, we are here.
Bailey
We're going to try to stay in this area,
Arkansas,
see how it goes. It's kind of a little bit tight today. They changed the arena. We just want to say thank you to some of the people that helped us get here. Of course, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for allowing us to be in the arena. We want to remind you guys of the third annual Southern Classic. Third annual Southern Classic sale will happen April 3rd in, sorry about that, guys. Will happen April 3rd is the sale preview, Saturday, April 4th is sale day in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So make sure you look into that sale. Yeah, we agree. Matt Pounds is wonderful, and so is Whitney Nicole Pounds. So make sure you look about that sale.
Length about it. He's just a long bull.
Then, of course, if you're a big fan of Philip Gilstrap, then you'll know about the Carolina Brahman Breeders' 40th annual sale. That is Saturday, June 13th at noon. Of course, on Thursday and Friday, they have their All-Star Spectacular show. So learn about the CBBA in the Brahman Journal.
Position here on the side view profile, bull is very, very
back
powerful.
into the arena.
But when I ask him to travel, he disappoints me just a little bit. But a real nice bull, a lot of Rangas breed character about him. Has maybe a little bit more fat condition into that brisket. Another very long-sided bull that stands in second and third, excuse me. I like that tremendous length on him. He's a nice moving bull also. I'd like to clean him up just a little bit in that sheath, but in particular that prepuce opening that he has, maybe give him just a little bit more thickness. He doesn't have quite as much muscle and thickness of the two bulls that are up ahead of him, but a nice individual, just tremendous extension throughout that skeleton. Then the bull that closes the class, a nice individual. He does have some depth to him. He wants to relax his prepuce just a little bit when I ask him to travel. Maybe not quite as smooth from hooks to pin. but a nice balanced bull, be easy, fresh, and a good doing bull in the pasture. Lots of good things about him. Real nice group of bulls in that particular class. Congratulations to these breeders.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Here are your results in
Okay,
class
guys,
34.
we're going to get caught up on
First goes
class
entry
29. Our
1989.
winner was the
Bull
JLCS HB Mr.
767
Skip Rhino. That's going to be
JLS
an entry of
Exhibitor from
Henskins
Texas.
Brothers,
Second goes
and
entry
also
2060,
exhibited by Paradise
Mason Perry,
Island.
your
So
owner and
congratulations
exhibitor
to
from
them
Waco, Texas.
for winning that
Third
class.
goes entry 2127. Caitlin Smart, exhibiting, owned by Karen Smart of Runge, Texas. And fourth went to entry 2133. Emily Garza, the exhibitor, owned by Stofo Rosa Ranch of Willis, Texas. Now we're leading in our class 35 bulls. These are late junior bull calves, 1st of February 2019 to the 28th of February. This is class 35.
And second in that very first class was the Dietering Red Brahmans entry. That was going to be the DB Southern Style 1/679. That's a polled bull, and that is a Pistolero son out of DB Southern Style 1/198. So congratulations to that group. Girls. I have to keep reminding everyone I have a camera, so sorry. So these are the bulls that he's pulling. So those are going to be towards the end of the class. We're kind of down at this end, but it sounds like the judge will be pulling his cattle this direction, and so we'll give you a good shot of them as they walk out of the arena.
In our class of Red Brahman bulls, we have out the bull that really strikes me when he walks in the ring is the bull we're winning a class with. He's a bull, I think, when we look at him, you like his length of side of rib when we see him from the side view. You like his hump that he has. He's got a masculine hump and head about him when we see him. If we could change up anything, we might want to see a little stouter behind there. But when you look at the substance of bone and the length of hip he's got in him, he's a complete individual in this class. We come to the next bull, a bull that doesn't quite have the overall depth of the bull that wins the class today. I like the muscle pattern on this bull. I just like to extend him out just a bit more to give him the overall style of the bull that wins the class. We come up with the next bull, a bull gets a little heavier in his sheath. I think when we see him, a bull that you like the balance he brings to us today. I just like to see him a little more opened up and a little smoother behind that shoulder when he's on the move, but a good bull in his own right. We come to the next bull, a larger frame type bull. I think when we see him today, he doesn't quite have the balance and style of the bulls that are in front of him in this class. The next bull that comes to us wants to roach his top just a bit when we see him on the move. I just like to see a little sounder behind that shoulder when you see him compared to the four bulls in front of him.
Alrighty, well, congratulations. Let's
Thank you
go
very much,
and
Mrs.
watch
Warner.
a couple
We're
things
about ready
about
to move
some
in
people that
our
helped us
class
be here.
31. Red Brahman bulls, born during the month of
We would
March
like to
of
thank
2019,
Elgin Breeding
and
Service,
your
Elgin Breeding
placings in
Service
class 30,
for being a
first place
sponsor of
honors
the
go to
ABBA
1506.
and being sponsor of the meet and greet. So Elgin Breeding Service, they are here in the building, so you are more than welcome to go visit Hillary there at her booth over by the vendor area. So go stop and see Elgin Breeding
Walters
Service.
Livestock for K-Bar Farms. Our third place goes to
And of course, we want to remind you guys
1793.
that there is a social for
Exhibited by Magnolia Livestock Service for
JD
Rancho
Hudgens
La
is having a
Florida.
social March
It's in
7th
Hattiesburg,
at 2
Mississippi.
p.m. to 6
And
p.m. in
the
Hungerford, Texas. So make sure you stop
fourth
by
place in
and
this
visit
class
the
went to
JD Hudgens
J.A.
Brahman Traditions
Genetics,
Social.
owners
That'll be a
and
lot of
exhibitors
fun.
from
I think that might
Charleston,
even be something
Tennessee.
new,
Your
but
fifth
it's kind of
place
in
goes to
consideration with their
1414.
JD Hudgens Brahman
Carrier
Traditions Spring
Cattle
Select
Company,
Sale.
owners and
That'll be
exhibitors
April
from
13th through
Church Point,
14th, and that is
Louisiana.
a
Sixth
cattle in
place,
motion event, so you
1733.
can learn more about that
Rodriguez Cattle Service of
via
Madisonville
cattle in
showing
motion.
for
And they are
CN
moving the
Stars
cattle
Cattle
in
Company.
for class number 31. So let's go back to the arena.
This is
And
just
we
a
could
real
talk
impressive
about,
bull that wins this class. When you
the
see him,
winners from the
standing
previous
still
class.
in his
So let's talk a
profile
little
position.
pedigrees on those
He's a
winners
bull
from the
that's
previous
very, very
class.
balanced. He's got a lot of muscle to him.
Class number
really
30
strong
winner.
down that top. A lot of masculinity. You get behind this bull. He's big, powerful hip.
class number,
a lot of thickness through that stifle. When he walks, he's a nice wide base bull. He's acceptable down to his underlying
Class number
sheet.
30 winner
I would
was
like
Mr.
this bull to
Fontenot,
travel a little bit
922,
nicer off his hind legs.
and that
in
is
his
sired
pasture.
by
He
Mr.
wants to pop on him just a little
613,
bit.
and
I noticed
out
that,
of Miss
and,
J.Y.
very,
Zachary.
Picky about the movement
So
of
that
his
was the
cattle.
previous class that the
And,
judge
he is a
just
nice
placed.
riding bull,
And of
but he
course
just
that was
wants to
exhibited
pop
by
just a little bit on
Fontenot.
those rear pastures.
And in
I did
second
notice
was
that,
KF
but he's
Mr.
still the best bull in
93.
his class
KF Mr.
by a
93
pretty
is a
good
Mr.
distance.
K-Bar
And
Magnum
a lot of times
Cash,
what happens at these
son
shows, these
out
bulls
of
get in
KF
here
Miss Jamie
and they
Manso
stay in
and
those
exhibited by
stalls.
Walters
Everybody stays in the stalls
Livestock.
also, so it's fair, but they don't get exercised and don't get to travel quite as well. And then these guys get them in their trim chutes and run them clippers and get them fit, but they forget about maybe exercising those bulls that morning real nice and early. So I noticed that, but he's still the bull that wins this class pretty handily, and particularly as you see him standing there, because he is a beef machine as far as muscle and thickness. A little bit growthier, bigger bull that stands in second. I appreciate this bull. He has some depth of body to him. He doesn't have near as much natural thickness and muscle as that bull that leads out the ring, and he's a bull that I'd like to see level from put him into motion. But I think he's a bull that needs to stand in that second hole because he has a little bit more depth of body and he's a little bit stronger in his top. Nice long body bull that stands in third. I appreciate that about him. He wants to be soft topped. He wants to break in that top line, not quite as nice and muscular, just not nice as balanced as those top two calves. I will probably give him an advantage a little bit because he is a long-sided bull. Just needs to be more depth of body and muscle. I have a deeper sided bull that stands here that completes the class. He needs to be stronger from hooks to pins. You see when that bull walks and travels, he'll drop his pins. But I appreciate this bull, young man, for your depth of body that you have. And he's a nice bull from that standpoint. Real nice group of Rangas bulls, just a really nice bull up at that top, other than when he wants to go in motion.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Here are your results in Class 35. First goes entry 2095 with the bull SB The Godfather, 804 G1. Smarto Rangas, your owner and exhibitor out of Bryan, Texas. Second went to entry 1940, Southern Jewel Cattle Company, your owner and exhibitor from Victoria, Texas. Third goes entry 1974, GKB Cattle and Garrett Thomas, your owners out of Waxahachie, Texas. And fourth went to entry 1935, Samuel Belch, your owner exhibitor from Gatesville, Texas. We're now leading in Class 36. These are your early junior bull calves, 1st of January to the 31st of January 2019. This is Class 36. Brangus exhibitors in the back staging area, please be at the ready. Our first and second place finishers in those first 5 classes in this division will be, after this Class 36, we'll go ahead and judge our junior bull calf champion in the Brangus calf division.
Of course, we have to have a little shout out to JLCSHB Mr. Skip Rhino. Look for him in the Paradise Island bed. And of course, he is a JL Cattle Services and Henskin Brothers entry. So look for him in the Paradise Island bed. And you just saw him in the arena a little while ago. This was our Class 29 winner. We had Stuart Watkins on the stick. But a big shout out to JLCS HB Mr. Skip Rhino 6/9. again, that was the Henskin Brothers Cattle and JL Cattle Service entry that just won a class. So that's really cool that they just won a
As
class.
we start this class of bulls around, I think the bull that comes to us is a bull that wins the class when he walks in the ring for me. He's a balanced individual with a lot of depth of body and volume. When we see this bull, yes, he's a little sheathy, but I think he's at an acceptable sheath when we look at him today. He's powerful behind that shoulder, across that loin when we see him today. Just a neat-made individual. We come to the bull in second. He's a little flatter in his makeup when we compare him to the first place bull. He doesn't quite have the overall muscle pattern that the bull in front of him that he has today. But a bull we do appreciate. I think I like the substance of bone he's got. I like his conformation that he possesses. We switch our tops up on the third place bull, just a big rugged individual that comes to us next today with a lot of substance of bone about him when we see him. He's a bull, I think, when we compare the bulls today, he doesn't quite put the balance and all the conformation together that we see in the bulls in front of him. The speckled neck bull that comes up next is a bull you like. When we look at him on the side view and profile, he's got some width and dimension down that loin. When we look at him today, he just doesn't quite have the uniformity of the bulls in front of him. The young lady's bull that's coming up next is a nice bull. You like how masculine he is in his head. I think when we look at it today, you just might want to change up some conformation to have any compete any higher in this class. Thank you for the bull class that you brought to us.
Okay, so that was class 31.
And we thank you, Mr. Swanger,
our
for
winner-
the overview of our class 31. And taking the blue ribbon in this class was 1431.
That was
Entry
CT
from
Smokin' Max,
Circle T
11/9.
Cattle
That is
Company,
a Mr.
exhibiting for
WCC Maximus
owners
son
of the
out of
Razorback
CT Miss
Farms
Judy
and
Smokin'
Circle T
Rhino.
Cattle Company, Church of
So
Louisiana.
we
Their
could just
bull,
say that Maximus has
CT
had a great
Smokin'
show
Max,
here.
11/9.
And that is the
Second
Circle
in
T
the
Cattle
class went
entry.
to
And second was DB Southern Style 1 over
Deering Red
652.
Rollins, the owner
That's going to
and
be a
exhibitors
Mr.
from
BF
Hempstead,
Ironman
Texas. Their
son
bull,
out of DB Southern
DB
Style
Southern
1 over
Style
249. Of course,
1,
Dietering Brothers,
2.
that is Dietering Red Brahmins.
Third
That's
in
Will
the class
Dietering,
went
Michael
to
Martin.
Becker Livestock
And they've
Service,
had just
showing for
a really
Danny
great
Setterling.
show. They had a nice show
Fourth
yesterday.
place went
So
to
congratulations
1907.
to our winners.
5W Farms, Jerry Wood, Cattle Mills, Texas.
We want to
Fifth
talk
in the
about
class,
Broken
2.
Triangle. Broken Triangle Cattle
1802,
Company.
Smith
They have
Brahmans,
pedigree
Smith
and
American,
performance. So
Louisiana,
they have
owners
registered
and
red
exhibitors.
and gray Brahman cattle,
Your sixth
Brahman
place
influenced
to
F1 cattle. They were kind enough to
73, Santa
help
Elena
us
Ranch, Madisonville.
have the equipment we
Seventh in
needed
the
to be
class
here in the
1820.
arena. So make
Chris
sure you
Crowley,
support the people that we're talking about during the show because they have helped me be in the arena with the special equipment that I need. Now we'll go back to the red calf division classes.
Tyler, Hungerford, Texas. In our red arena at this time, our final class in this division, class 32, at 12
So
entries
this is
in
the
the
final
of
class
bulls born
of
during
the red
January
calf
and February 2019.
This is an interesting class of bulls. Some of these bulls, I think the best balanced bull.
And for those of you that are joining us just now, we have two arenas running at the same time, so it makes it pretty hectic in here.
He's good and strong down his
So
loin.
we have
He wants to
Mr.
roll
Jim
in
Williams
just a little bit
judging
on that front
right
left when he
behind
comes right
me
toward
in the other
That's being
arena.
pretty picky on him, but a nice balance.
So right
bull.
behind
This bull
me,
leads the class off
I'm gonna give you a
because
little
he has
overview
balance.
here
So
real
he's
quick.
got some depth of body,
We
got
have
a big
another
top bone,
arena
a big rear end.
going on,
Just a lot
and that
of
is
muscularity in
Mr.
this
Jim
bull
Williams
and not carrying a lot of
judging
condition.
right
I
behind
tell you,
me.
the bull that's
So
massive
back
is the
to our
bull that
red
stands
calf
in
division
second.
classes
This
here.
is the bull is a very masculine Rangas bull, shows maybe a little bit more Brahman characteristics about him. He could be just a little bit cleaner into his prepuce area, but you have to tolerate that sometimes to have that muscle and thickness. But he's a real powerful bull from a massive standpoint.
I want to
He's
thank
not as
everybody
athletic
for
as
watching.
his movement
You
as the
guys
bull
are
that
doing
leads off the
a
class,
great
but I
job
like
watching.
that
I'm not
bull's
going to be able to
power. I
comment
like his
quite as much
thickness
as I
and
did
muscle
yesterday.
body.
It's a
He's
little
bit
faster
heavier up
show,
through that
but
front.
thank you
I
for
like to
watching.
pull
And of
his
course,
chest
thank
up
Houston
just a little
Livestock
bit
Show
on
and
him,
Rodeo
make him
for
just a
allowing
little
me
bit
to be in
tighter
the
through
arena.
that brisket area, but I like a lot of good things about that bull. He'll sell you a lot of cattle that has some volume and some muscle to them and some thickness about him. Might want to dress him up probably on that next draw. Standing still, I really like the bull that stands in third. I liked him when he came in class. But when I asked this bull to travel, he's a little bit steep off both ends. Wants to be just a little bit straight through those shoulders, which I'm pretty picky on as a judge. And then when he walks, he's not a bull that's a nice, long striding bull. He's a little bit shorter striding. But as far as a bull that'll take a good picture on that side view profile, you got a real nice calf there, sir. Just like it can be a little bit more, have a little bit more flexibility off both ends. This old calf hadn't wanted to show good today quite as much as like for him too. We kind of experienced that yesterday in some of our heifer classes that we showed. Just happened. He's a nice, moderate frame, nice balanced bull, not overpowering in any one trait, but a lot of good things about him. He's got a good level top. He's an easy feeding bull. Needs to have just a tad more muscle. Then a real deep rib bull here that stands in second, that completes the class in fifth. For the extra depth that he has, I'd like for him to have just a little bit more muscle and thickness. I'd sure like to tighten that prepuce up on him. You see when he travels, you'd have a hard time down in the brush country of South Texas where he's relaxed in that prepuce. But a nice individual, a lot of quality to him.
Thank you very much. Here are your results in Class 36. First goes to entry 1949 with the bull Mr. L. Reload, 157 G2. Maddox Hartman, your owner exhibitor of Poteet, Texas. Second went to entry 1911, Champions Valley Brangus, your owner and exhibitor from Schulenburg, Texas. Third went to entry 1921, Allen Cattle Company exhibiting, owned by Clevie Allen of Crockett, Texas. Fourth went to entry 2078, Pitchford Cattle exhibiting for your owner Star G Ranches of Athens, Texas. And fifth went to entry 2155, Skyhawk Rangas, your owner and exhibitor from Tyler, Texas.
Alrighty, we would like to, while they kind of finish moving around just a little bit, we would like to go ahead and thank Hudgens, JDH Mr. Dover Manso 400, is the sire of the #1 ranking Brahman bull and the #3 overall bull for feed efficiency
Ladies and gentlemen, over
at
in
the
our
recent
Brangus division, let's
Genetic
set up your
Development
classes
Center
here for
Performance
your
Bull Test.
champion
So
junior
stop
bull
by the
calf of the
Hudgens
show and reserve champion.
booth and visit with Michael
Class
Goodo.
31
That's
winner was
JD
entry
Hudgens, that's the
2045.
Goodo division. Bull
Harper
that
Cattle
JDH
entry
Mr.
owned by
Dover
Casey
Manso
Harper of
400
Boyd, Texas.
over 0.
Class
So
32,
thank you
your
for
winner was
helping
entry
us be in
2042.
the arena.
Pat Ponderosa
And
of
of
Boyd,
course,
Texas, your owner and exhibitor.
I'm sure that
Class
this will
33,
be
your winner was entry
a,
1931.
no surprise to
Brahman Creek Cattle
anyone
exhibiting for
that
Carolyn Belden of Oroville, California. Class 34, your first place was entry 1989.
Ranch
JLS
has helped us be in the
International, your
arena
owner and
too.
exhibitor
That's
from
Foreign
Hondo,
Ranch.
Texas.
That's Bill and Connie
Class 35,
Nettles.
your winner was
They
entry
have some
2095,
tremendous cattle.
Samardo
They're
Brangus,
over
your
there
owner
right
exhibitor
across from
Bryan,
Hudgens,
Texas.
and they're
Now,
in
Class
the
36,
IS
your winner was
Ranch
entry
beds.
1949.
So that's Foreign
Maddox
Ranch,
Hartman,
Bill
your
and
owner
Connie
exhibitor
Nettles.
from Poteet,
Foreign
Texas.
Mr. Red Shadow.
Up for reserve
He's
consideration
a really
this morning.
great red
Second and
bull,
third, Class
and they have
31 was
semen
entry
available on
2040,
him.
Pat
He had a
Ponderosa,
really
entry from
great
Boyd, Texas.
show career.
Class 32, your
was one
second
of
was
our
entry
top bulls, show bull of
2157.
the year,
Skyhawk
ranked
Rangas,
always up
owner
in the
exhibitor
top.
from
So
Tyler.
go by and visit with
Class
and
34,
Ranch.
your second place was entry
We really appreciate them
2060.
helping
Mason
us be in the arena.
Perry is your owner and exhibitor from Waco,
We're going to
Texas.
come back to the arena.
Class 35, your second was entry 1940.
Hey, Whitney, how are you?
Southern Jewel Cattle Company, your
I
owner
see
and
we have a
exhibitor from
Christopher
Victoria.
Carrier fan.
Class 36 was entry
Shout out to
1911.
Christopher
Champion
Carey.
Valley Brangus of Schulenburg, Texas, your owner exhibitor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all those entries in this first division a big round of
As
applause
long as
for a great
Whitney's
job
on
today.
the feed with us, we want to remind everybody once again about that third annual Southern Classic sale. You know, you can call Philip Gilstrap or Matt Pounds. That is going to be Saturday, April 4th, and then following up with their Carolina Brahman Breeders Association sale. That'll be held Saturday, June 13 at noon. That Thursday and Friday beforehand, they have a really great
While
event
we're
for the
watching
kids
these,
to
Rangas
show in,
come around
so
for
that'll
the,
be really good. And
kid
again, we
champion.
have two
This
judges
young
going on,
2-month-old
two
kid,
judgings going on
he
in
looks
this
like a
arena.
nursing kid out
So
of
we
sure
have
I'll
Jim
see his
Williams
mama
on the mic behind
tomorrow
us.
probably.
But thank
But
you
he's a
guys
nice,
to the CBBA
young,
sale
balanced,
and the Southern
juvenile
Classic for helping
Rangas
sponsor
kid.
to
Lots of
have me
quality
be
to
here
him.
in the
You
arena.
see, he has that muscle
And back to
thickness
these
that
red
I
calf
like
division
very
classes.
much. And I lot of balance to
Thank
him
you
as I
so
see him.
much, Baco.
The
I
big
appreciate
outline
that.
calf that's coming in swim class 2, that was kind of a calf that had a lot of variation to him. You'll say, boy, you got a bunch of real muscular calves in here. Then you have that big boy and that wins that second class. But in that second class, he was a very dominant bull. And the bulls that had a lot of muscle to them, maybe a moderation, didn't have the power of this
Like the style that he has, he's
We are so
a
sorry that
long-sided
the
bull. He's got
sound
a
was
massive
down.
head in him,
Sorry about
a
that,
smooth
guys.
shoulder on him when we look at him today, and I like his hip that he has in him today. He's just strong and top and a complete individual. We come to our next bull. I don't think he's as massive as the bull that's in front of us. He's a bull that's more refined in his makeup, but a good bull. He's got some length about him. He stands on some substance of bone when we look at him today. We switch up type when we come to our third place bull. He's a larger frame type individual. I think when we look at him today, he doesn't balance out as easily as the other ones, but a nice bull. He's got some springer rib and depth behind him when we look at him. We come to the lighter bull that's coming in fourth today. He's a big up-headed bull. I think when we look at him, he gets a little lazier in that prepuge. I think when you see him on the move, you just like to see him move a little freer and easier off those hind legs, but a good bull in his own right. We come to the next bull that's looking at us, a little frailer made individual. I think when we look at him as far as the substance of bone, but a bull you like him. He's stout in that top when we look at him today. I just would like to see some more muscle and thickness for him to compete any higher. We come on down with the rest of the bulls. I think there's some bulls we like to change up in their overall look when we look at them. Probably see them move a little freer and easier. Some bulls that we'd like to see better confirmation about in this class.
Sorry about that, guys.
Thank you
We were
very
on
much,
mute
Mrs.
there for a
Swan.
little while. Had a little problem with
Warner
some
for
sound.
the
We are
overview
back
of
live
our
again.
Class
So thank you
32
guys for pointing that out.
placings,
I'm
and
really
taking
glad
first
that
place
Mimi's
honors
watching,
was
as well as Suzanne
1638.
Lindley. Glad you're
Marino
watching
Ranches,
too. And so
Marlin,
we are
Texas,
here
with their Mr. Marino
in the
reckoning
arena. It is
957.
a little
Second
bit
in the class went to
of a
1792.
traffic
Entry
jam
exhibited
going
by
on in
Magnolia
here.
Cattle Service in
But
Hattiesburg,
we will
Mississippi
be
for
here,
Rancho
and I think
La
from what I
Florida.
understand, we're getting ready
And
to
the
be
bull, Mr. Big
going
Boy,
into
10
the
over 9. Third in the
gray
class goes
classes,
to
if I think correctly.
1709.
And you already
Rich
have
Cattle
all of the
Company,
winners
Bob
and
Rich,
everything
owner,
from
Prague,
those
Oklahoma,
classes.
is their
So
headquarters.
we again just want
Fourth
to
in the
thank
class
all of the
goes
people
to
that helped us be here.
1363.
And again, we have two
Armando
arenas
Avila,
running at once.
owner
We're going to go ahead and
John
shut this
Austin
down.
Avila,
That was the
Nice,
last class of the Reds,
Mississippi.
right? Okay, last class of Reds. We're going to shut down and come back momentarily.
6 to 1637, Marino Ranches, Marlin, 7th, 1558. Ken Ramsey, 8 to 1744. Rancho Monte Cristo of Friendswood, Texas, 9th in the class to 1803. Smith Brahmans, Maryland, Louisiana, and 10th place to 1396. IS Ranch Fitting Service for Milton Bishop, Trenton, Florida.
To start off the red Rangas, we have a nice bull.
Okay, we are back with our gray calf classes. Back with our gray calf classes. We just finished the red division. You guys will have all of the results in the comments. So if you have any questions, let us know. Sorry about the not having sound there for a little while. Appreciate you guys hanging with us. It is a really tight arena today. As you can tell, we have two judges. We have an arena behind us that is being judged right now, and so we have to split the mic. So sometimes we have to wait. So thank you very much. And hey, thanks Bert Clem for watching. As long as Bert Clem is watching, let's remind everybody that Bert Clem and Vet Butler Farms is going to be having
Redbud Farms, your owner exhibitor from
is going to be
Benton,
having
Arkansas.
a special
Now
sale.
beginning
They're going to be having a
Class 32
special
entries
sale
in
coming
Summer
up,
Bull calves.
and that is that
1st of May,
something special
2019
Cebu
to the
online
30th
sale,
of June.
May
It'll be
19
Class
through 20,
32.
bestcattlesales.com. That's Bert Clem, of course, and Butler Farms kind of go together on that. So thank you, Bert Clem, for watching, and make sure you guys look into their Something Special Cebu online sale at Best Cattle Sales. We have a test auction running right now at the Brahman Journal booth. If you want to learn more about it, stop by the Brahman Journal booth to learn more about that auction. Hey Jason, thanks for watching. So we're in the very first class of the gray calf division. First class of the gray calf division. We're glad Tom Barker's joined us. And thanks Maciel for joining us. Maciel is part of the Brahman Journal team. She's a huge help, huge help. She's the one that's doing all the results and everything and pulling everything together. She's their home in Nicaragua working for us. So we really appreciate Maciel. She does a beautiful job working with Mandy on the ads and helping Iran with social media and results. So thanks so much. Hey, thanks Jason. We really appreciate that you guys like it. Don't forget, please put in the comments that you appreciate Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for allowing us to do this live feed from the floor. They knew some people were having trouble with travel arrangements and that sort of thing, visas and weather and everything. So thank you so much for Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for letting us be here. Adeline Allen, how are you? We're going to say a little shout out to an event that I'm sure Adeline Allen would like us to talk about. That is the ST Genetics Brahman Production Sale. They're going to have their sale this Sunday, guys. This Sunday at 11 a.m. at the Genetic Development Center. HK Cattle has some consignments in that sale. So make sure that you stop by the ST Genetics booth and ask them about the sale and get a sale catalog and make plans to attend that sale. And again, that is on Sunday, this Sunday at 11 a.m. out at the Genetic Development Center. And Tyler Cohen, how are you? Tyler Cohen, we really appreciate Tyler Cohen has also helped us be here in the arena. And Tyler Cohen, as everyone knows, is Bogachita Cattle Company. And that is, you want to go visit their website, that's southernbrahman.com, that you can visit the Shop Now button. Let's go back to the arena and see what the
A good class of gray bulls that we have out. We're starting the class off the bull. I think when we look at him, he kind of completes the class for me. He's balanced, he's uniform when we see him. He's got some depth of body and boldness of rib. When we look at him today, you like that head, neck, and shoulder on him when you look at him, and I like the substance of bone and the foot that he stands on when we look at him. We come to the rusty colored bull next in the lineup. Really a long back individual when we see him today with a good length of body about him. I just like to see him a little sounder behind that shoulder when you see him on the move when we compare him to the first place bull. We switch our tops in the third and fourth place bulls. The bull that comes to us in third is a big long-sided individual. He's a little greener today in his condition. I think when he fills out, he'll really be an explosive individual. But today, for me, he doesn't have the uniformity and balance of the bulls that are in front of him in his class. And we come to the next bull in the class, another green bull, a bull you like his overall length of body and length of hip. But today, for me, I just like to see him a little sounder behind that hump when you see him on the move and behind that shoulder. The next bull that comes to us, another bull that's got some substance of bone, a moderate type individual. I think a bull you'd really like to see get out and move a little easier off those hind legs when he's on the move. The dark pigment bull comes next. He's a moderate type bull. I think an individual, when you see him, he kind of tapers off in that hind quarter, gets up underneath himself when he's on the walk. A good class of bulls from top to bottom.
Okay, that class winner was going to be Mr. B.E.R. Jefferson, 664.
Thank you very much,
That was going
Mrs.
to be a
Slaughter. We'll have your results here momentarily, ladies and
07/4, son out of Miss BER 466. Of course, BER is Bullseye Ranch. Bullseye Ranch, our good friend Charlotte and Barry Smith. And second in that class was Mr. H.C. Blaze, 118/9. That's going to be a Mr. WCC Maximus Rojo. Of course, Maximus Rojo is doing a really good job siring red and gray. So pretty exciting there, I'm sure, for the Watkins Cattle Company, red and gray. And that bull was out of Miss CBR Couture, Lala, and of course that was a Herzog Cattle Company entry. So congratulations to those winners.
A bull that walks and travels real well. He has some balance about him, and I would like to change a few things about him.
Of course, we're going to thank and have a shout out to Bullseye Ranch, who just won that class. Bullseye Ranch just won that class. They're here in the stands, in Houston. So they're here at Houston. You have semen available on all of their really top herd sires. They have Mr. BER 427, who is Trump. Trump was two-time Show Bull of the Year. So, and then also their Mr. BER Cash 336 has just done a tremendous job for Bullseye Ranch. They've helped us be here, so thank you very much to Bullseye Ranch for helping us be here and supporting us in the arena.
Doesn't have balance. He's a bull that when he wants to rev up when he walks, he's very unsound on his feet as
think
far
they're
as his
still
movement.
waiting
A lot
for
of
a
that's
few
because of
more,
his attitude. I'd like to level
cattle
him
to
up from
come
hooks
in.
to bend.
They're waiting for
and
someone
give him
that's, I
just a
think,
little bit
out
more
of order.
structural soundness as I see him. But he has some depth and he does
Hey,
have
Joyce
some shape
Hudgens
about him.
and Neil Hudgens, thanks for joining
Thank you,
us.
Mr. Williams, and here are your
Don't
results
forget,
in class
everybody,
32.
that Hudgens
First goes
is
entry
here in the
2274
arena,
with the bull
in the
MBJ Gallo 12
at the
YG2.
Reliant Center,
Southall
the
Associates,
NRG
your owner
Center,
exhibitor from
and
Wharton, Texas.
you can do the
Second goes
J.D.
entry
Hudgens Brahman
2209,
Tradition Social
Excalibur
on
Brangus
March
from
7th.
Texas.
That's going to be
Your
Saturday,
owner
but don't
exhibitor,
forget
and
about
class
their big J.D.
Third
Hudgens
place
Brahman
goes entry
Tradition Spring Select Sale.
2178
Let's go back to the arena now that we
MBJ
have more
Ranch.
cattle walking in.
Marcus Borges, your owner out of Wharton, Texas. Now moving in class 34. These are early spring bull calves, class 34.
This is our second class of gray bull calves, second class of gray bull calves.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to share with you the results of Class 28 that was just completed here on the Great Brahman side of the west portion of the arena. And first place honors in that class goes to 1171 from Bullseye Ranch of Burton, Texas, and their bull, Mr. B.R. Jefferson 664. Taking second place was entry
Hey, Claire, glad you're watching.
878 from Herzog Cattle Company of Chilton, Texas, and their bull, Mr. H.C. Blaze 118
Thanks,
over
Anton,
9.
for watching. It must be late
Third
there
in
again,
that
huh?
class goes to 990 Moreno Ranches of Marlin, Texas. Fourth to 777.
We were visiting
Entry
with
from
Anton
Heritage Cattle
the other
Company of
day. He is
Hungerford.
in South
Your
Africa.
fifth went to
So he is watching from
1170
South Africa.
Bullseye
Let us know where
Ranch
you're
of
watching
Burton.
from, guys.
Sixth place winner was IS Fitting Service.
And if you see any of your friends
showing
watching, make sure
for
you can feel free to
Belton.
comment and have a good time
Bethlehem
visiting with them.
Bishop, Trenton, Florida. Seventh goes to 817, entry from Decker Cattle, Hollis Decker, the owner of Angleton. And 8th to 614, Thomas Barker, owner from Winona, Texas. Congratulations
All right,
to our
big
winners
class
in
of
class 28.
Gray
in
bull
your
calves. Big class
great
of gray bull
judging
calves.
arena at this time on the west
And why
side.
the judge looks
Class
at
29 assembled.
those
We had
bull
21
calves,
entries in this class
it
of
goes
bulls
through, and we don't
born
have much to look
during
at.
May and
We're going to
June
talk a little bit
2019.
about the third annual
Here in this
Family
particular
Tradition
class,
Sale,
we really have two
Forty and
bulls that are
Boxar Caney
on
Creek.
opposite ends
That
of
will
the
be
spectrum.
April
The
3rd
bull
through
that's gonna
4th.
win the class,
Again, that is Best
obviously,
Cattle Sales.
he's the smallest frame bull
BestCattleSales.com
amongst the two.
is powered
But
by
having said that, he's
the
also a
Brahman
bull that
Journal.
I would
And for those of you that were watching with us yesterday, you probably noticed and saw our interview with Rachel Cotrere of BR Cotrere. That noble bull, he has just knocked it out of the park. He is owned by in partnership with Rachel Cotrere and Brandon Cotrere, BR Cotrere, as well as John Coleman Locke and Sam Sparks of SRS. So they're the owners of Noble. And Noble he had every single champion on the champion side in the females yesterday.
Up in that pre-sheath area that ties into his underline there. Two nice bulls there. I just think the other bull is probably going to have a little bit more longevity to it, be easier keeping as I see him. But both ends of the spectrum there, it's a lot of variation between those bulls.
Thank you very much, and here are your results in class 34. First goes to entry 2226. Dos Equis TNT's wild card is a bull. Dos Equis California.
Brennan, Texas. Thanks for
Exhibitor
watching.
From Washington, Texas. And second goes to entry 2165.
And Stacy, we
Broken
do
Egg
love
Ranch
that
and
Bluebell.
Van Company
I'll tell you
owned
what,
by
we like going to the
Justin Van
kickoff
in
and getting
Madisonville,
Bluebell
Texas.
ice cream.
Now going to lead in class 35, late junior bull calves. 1st of February 2019 to the 28th of February. This is class 35. Red Rangas bull exhibitors in the backstage area. Our first and second place finishers back there from our previous classes. Be ready. After this class 35, we'll move into our junior bull calf champion division drive. your gates, everybody.
Say, while we're waiting on that bull to get caught over in the Brahman ring, I'd just like to say something to the audience. My dad's in the hospital. He's been there for about 2 or 3 weeks. And if you see me glance down at my cell phone, I'm an old-time judge. I don't go for this cell phone, and I don't like looking at it when I'm judging. When I hear that beep, I want to just take a glance at it just to be sure that they're not calling me about something that I need to address with my dad. But in no way would I be disrespectful, and I think this judging is very serious business. And it just kills me if I see some of these young whippersnappers look down at their cell phone between classes and worrying about those texts, because I usually would cut it off. But I'm going to glance sometime between classes.
Hey everybody,
when you have
thanks
a
for
dead
watching.
spot,
We have
just to
Jim
be sure
Williams
they're not
behind
trying
us
to get a
talking in the
hold of me.
Brangus
By no
arena.
way would I be
And he's talking
disrespectful
about
to
the
this
fact
breed.
that his dad,
It's very
Sloan
important
Williams,
for me
has
to do
been
my
in
best
the
job, and it's an honor
in the
to judge
hospital
the
for a
show. I
couple
always
weeks,
appreciate
which
it.
we
I
all
just
need
way
to
back
go
to
ahead
Dr.
and
Bennett
lift
was
him up in our
president,
prayers.
and you
But
had
he
figures
is
like
keeping his
Connie
cell
Harris
phone
and
close
different
to him
people in
just
the
in case he
beginning,
gets a phone call that he needs
no
to
way
deal
am I doing
with.
that
So
by disrespect.
Jim Williams is behind
Okay,
us in
well,
the
Judge
arena
David, I
talking
walked in
about
myself looking
how
down
his
at
dad,
cell phone.
Sloan
I'm
Williams,
gonna look at it just a minute,
is
and if it
in the
doesn't say that
hospital right now.
hospital,
So I think we ought to just
Good.
keep
That'll fix it,
Sloan
you bet.
and Jim Williams and his whole family in our prayers. So he was just letting us know that we are in the Brahman side of the arena, and we had a Brahman calf get
All right,
loose
Red Brangus
there
show
for a
now. We're
minute.
moving in our
And
class
so we have a really,
35.
really big
Class
class. It's
35
going to
in the
take the
main
judge
ring.
a while to go through here and kind of look through all of these. So we might go ahead and talk just a little bit about some of the other stuff that we have going on. So speaking about V8 Ranch, so V8 Ranch had a really great day yesterday. They had the Grand Champion Gray female, and they also had the Grand Champion Get a Sire with their 380 Get. And so V8 Ranch, they're here right across from the Brahman Journal booth. You can visit them here or check them out online at v8ranch.com. Of course, they have their Instagram, they have their Facebook, and they really are the home of champions. They've had just a tremendous show yesterday. So, and then of course, we don't want to forget about the Broken Triangle sales. Broken Triangle Cattle Marketing, that's going to be, the Broken Triangle Cattle Marketing is Milton Carranza. They've got quite a few upcoming production sales. And so May, June, August, October, and November, we'll have dates in the Brahman Journal specifically for them coming up a little closer once they have their dates of their events to us. So back to the floor of the arena, where Pasquale Swanner, our judge, is doing a tremendous job. So the ones that he is leaving out, these are going to be the cattle that he's kind of keeping out to continue to consider. The ones he's pulling, unless he's splitting the class. I'm not 100% sure what he's doing with this, but I think he's pulling cattle and leaving the ones he wants to see on the rail.
Walk towards you in front, and as he departs from you, he's a bull that just has a lot of thickness. He's got some thickness from corner shoulder to corner shoulder, and then from stifle to stifle. When you look at him from the rear, he's got a lot of muscle to him. Very, very nice sheath about him. The bull that stands in second is a bull that's a little bit taller, growthier type bull. He's a bull that has also an excellent sheath, an excellent testicular development, where I'd like to change it and give him just a tad more muscle and thickness through that stifle, but particularly level him up from hooks to pins. When this bull goes and starts to walk,
Yes, we
he'll
agree.
really drop
Prayers
those
for
pins.
Mr. Sloan
Wanna be
for
just a
sure.
little bit sick of
This
those hind
class
legs.
that's
Two
in right
nice
now,
bulls,
guys, is
very
our
muscular bull to lead
third
off this
class.
Congratulations,
Our
ma'am.
third class.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And your results are as follows. First goes entry 2258 with the bull KL Fireball 119G. K&L Brangus, your owner and exhibitor from Lavernia, Texas. Second goes to
sorry
entry
guys,
2210.
this is the second class. This is
Cox
class
Excalibur
29.
Brangus, your owner
This is
exhibitor out
class
of Katy,
29
Texas.
of the
Congratulations to them.
show.
Now we're going
Watching
to start
from
leading in our entries for your Junior
Alabama.
Bull Calf
Absolutely.
Championship
The
drive.
junior directors are doing a great job. They really do. We
Out of
really
class
appreciate
31,
all
you
of their
have
hard work.
Entry number 2288.
Really do
Bull
appreciate
RBF
all our
Mr.
junior
Red
directors.
Dynasty 53G2. Redbud Farms, your owner out of Ben Lamont, Arkansas. Class
And
32,
seeing
your winner
this
was entry
Hudgens bull calf in front of me
2274.
reminds me that we want to
Bull
tell you guys about what a great
South
job
Hall
Hudgens does in their
Association.
breeding
Exhibitor
program.
from Wharton,
Of course,
Texas.
Michael Goodo has
Class
that
34,
JDH
first place
Mr.
is
Dover
entry
Manso
22,
400 that he sells semen on, foreign
Dos
only, of
Equis
course,
TNT
but he is the
Wild
sire
Card
of the
Bull.
number one
Dos Equis
ranking
Cow
Brahman
Company,
bull
your owner,
and number
exhibitor from
3
Washington,
overall
Texas.
bull for the feed
Class
efficiency
35,
part of the
winner was
test
entry
at the Genetic Development Center, and that was with a lot of different
KL
bulls. There's a great
Fireball,
article about that in the March
119G.
edition of the Brahman Journal, which you can
K&L
pick up
Brangus, your
here
owner, exhibitor from
at
Lavernia,
Houston
Texas.
Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Also up for
And again,
reserve
we have to
consideration
thank
this
Houston
morning,
Livestock Show and
out
Rodeo
of
for
class
giving us
32,
this opportunity
your
to
second
show
place
you
entry
these cattle from
2209.
the floor. They
Bull
allowed
CX
us in the
Legends
arena
3 and
today
3G,
and
Cox
yesterday
Excalibur Brangus
because they knew
Katy,
some
your
people
owner
were having some
exhibitor.
trouble with
Class 34, your
travel
second place is
considerations and everything else. So
2165.
thank you guys
Broken
for
A, Mr.
watching.
Grady, 14
And let us know where you're
Bull.
from, and make
Broken
sure
A
you
Ranch in
thank
Van,
Houston
California.
Livestock Show and
Exhibitors
Rodeo
owned by
for
Justin
allowing
Van
us to be
Madison.
in the arena for this great event.
And out of class 35, your second place was entry 2210. Bull CX Dream Forever 381G, Cox Excalibur Brangus, your owner exhibitor from Katy, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to all these entries in
So
our
what's
first
happening
Red
here
Brangus
is
Bull
the
division.
cattle keep moving up, and as they pull them into the
Here in our Red
side,
Brangus,
that's kind of where they're
Junior Bull
placing.
Calf
So we have
division.
1, 2,
You have
3,
two bulls
4,
to my
5,
right
6.
that match
We still
up
have
very,
6
very
left
well,
up
similar
there.
in height as far as I see them. They're bulls that maybe don't have quite as much natural thickness as the two older bulls in the lineup, but they're high quality bulls, particularly nice sheath on this little young calf, and a nice balanced, big-footed calf that stood in one class 2, and that was at his advantage. He was also the longest bodied calf. Then we have two bulls that are very, very muscular down here. The bull that wins class 3, a lot of muscle shape to him, good and strong down his top. Doesn't walk quite as much length and is not quite as comfortable in his movement as the bull that stands right behind him, the winner of class 4, but similar type bull. I'd like to correct him, he wants to have that relaxed prepuce under him just a little bit. I'd sure like to change that about him. Then a very heavy muscle bull here that wins class 4, a very nicely designed sheep, excellent testicular development. She might not get him set all the time just exactly
Alrighty,
how I
while
like
we
it,
wait for the
but
judge
even then, he still
to
looks
make
good.
his final
He has a
decisions
good
here
look
on these
about him.
last
You're
5
the
that he's
champion,
looking
man.
at,
You're
we
good.
want to
Congratulations
remind
to you.
everybody
You have a
about
bull
the
with a lot of
fact
muscle and a lot of thickness and a lot of length of body.
Circle F Farms
Congratulations.
is going to be
There's your
having
champion,
some
ladies and
production sales. Oh,
Entry
here we go. The judge
2258.
has got to
Bale
his top
Fireball
picks.
119G,
So here we go.
K&L Brangus, your owner exhibitor. Congratulations.
Then we have a bull that was second to him, another bigger, taller bull, not quite as level in the
Okay,
hip.
so
The
it
bull
looks
that
like
follows
the
him
judge
as far
has
as
picked
height,
number
muscle
893.
thickness is the bull right here. Congratulations, sir.
93.
And there's your reserve champion in that division, entry 2226, the bull Dos Equis TNT's
This is
wild
gonna be a
card, Dos
Hutchins
Equis Cattle Company of
bull.
Washington, Texas, your owner. Ladies and gentlemen, again, another big round of applause for a great group of bulls in this first division. Thank you for coming to Houston.
Okay, 893. This is going to be JDH Hugo Manso, 472/9. This is a JDH Mr. Otis Manso son out of JDH.
Really a good set of great
Lady
Brahman
Quebec
bulls in this
Manso.
class.
Hudgens
We come
bred.
out here and the bull that wins the class for me. When you walk in the ring, I like the bull. I think when we look at him as far as completeness, the bull has that. He's a bull that's massive in his overall makeup. When we look at him, he's a bull that's got some depth of body and volume. You like the breed character this bull possesses, that head, neck, and shoulder area when we look at him today. You like the volume, the capacity, and the balance he has from the end. And I think having said that, the bull that patterns out rather easily with him and pairs up with him is the bull in second. I think when we see the bull in second place, really a neat-headed bull. He's got some length of neck about him. I think when you look at him, though, comparing him from the hind quarter and whatnot, he doesn't quite have the width from end to end as the bull in front of him. But two good bulls that complement each other in first and second. The bull that comes to you in third, really a neat bull. The more you look at him, I think the more you like him. I think today when we see him, he just doesn't quite have the overall muscling and freshness look as far as the bulls in first and second. But I like the bull. I think he's a bull that's got a lot of potential about him, especially when we see him on down the road. The bull that comes next is an interesting bull. You get to looking at him, you like the substance of bone he's got about him. He's a massive boned individual. You like his overall body conformation. Then when you look at him, he gets a little cow-headed for me. I'd like to see more a massive head on him, and I know that's being picky, but he's a good-looking bull when you look at him from profile and at that standpoint, and I think he's got a lot of good things about him. Then we come to the bull next in the lineup. Bull, you like the lines on this calf. He's a good lined individual. I think a bull, you really like him, but when he gets on the move, he kind of doesn't stride out as easily as some of the other bulls, but I like his muscle pattern and his design about him. The next bull that comes up to us is a big raw-boned individual. When we see him, I think the bull's going to be a large frame bull, but for me today, he doesn't just balance out as well as the other bulls in front of him. A good class of bulls from top to bottom. When we analyze this class, I think you can find a bull that fits your breeding program when you look at this set of cattle.
Alrighty, and then in second place, so we talked about our first place. Our first place was the Hudgens bull. Oops, sorry guys, took you for a bumpy ride there. Our first place was the Hudgens bull. Our second place is the BRC Independence 22. That is going to be BR Cottrare. That is a Mr. V8 146/8, son out of Miss V8 797/6. And that is a BR Cottrare entry. So again, in first place, we had the Hudgens bull, which was JDH Hugo Manso, 472/9. That is a JDH Mr. Otis Manso, son out of JDH Lady Quebec Manso. And since we had a BR Cottrare come in second in that class, we want to remind you guys that BR Cottrare, who has helped us be in the arena, they have a tremendous bull battery. So you want to look at their bull lineup. You can visit with Rachel or Brandon here at the blue section, their bull battery. They can talk to you about their bulls. And that's where tradition meets modern. And you can go to brcottrare.com to learn more.
893, J.D. Hudgens Incorporated, Hunger
Now we're
for Texas,
moving in
with
for
their
our third class,
Hugo
of gray bull calves. We have 5 classes of bull calves, 5 classes of bull calves before we go into our division drive. So we have 3 more classes, this class and 2 more, and then we'll be doing our division drive.
BRC Independence 22. Third in the class goes to 604, entry from Marty Cattle Company. They're from
So this
Lomita,
is class
Texas.
number 30 if
Fourth
you're
in the
following
class
along in your catalog.
585,
Really going to be a large
AT
class.
Brahmans,
This is
Anna
class
Kate
number
Thomas,
30.
Honey Grove, Texas.
Class number
Your
30.
fifth
As we
place
wait
award
for
went
the
to
bull calves to
776,
come in,
Heritage
it's
Cattle
very
Company
clustered kind
of
of show
Hungerford, Texas.
today. We're a lot more
Sixth in the
cramped.
class
We only
to
have half the arena. We
1104,
only have half the
Satterfield
makeup
Ranch,
area.
Palestine,
And
Texas.
so it just gets a little
Exhibitors
bit tight
and
in
owners
here.
of that bull, 7th to 1019, Paradise Island Incorporated, Kaplan,
Hey,
Louisiana.
Victor Garrett, glad you are
Owners and
watching.
exhibitors of
And
that
thank you,
bull,
Darcy. We agree. We love the Brahmans.
589 AT Brahmans, showing for Anna Kate Thomas, Honey Grove. 9th in the class, heads up, got a loose Brahman on the Rangas side there, close catch. He said, take him to the gate. 9th in the class, England Cattle Company, showing 837 from Mercedes, Texas, 10th to 991, Moreno Ranches of Marlin, Texas, rounding out our ribbon winners in
All
class
right,
29.
it looks like we're going to keep bringing them in. We had a calf get loose, and so they kind of shut the gate for a little while, shut both of the gates, and that exhibitor has excused himself.
This is a real nice class of Rangas bulls, and this particular class, particularly up to that front end, that top end of that class, just a real nice bull, entry 1923. He's a nice, long-bodied, nice traveling bull, beautiful from hooks to pins. He's got a big, powerful hip on him. You get to watch this bull when he tracks away from me. He's got a lot of width, stifle to stifle, puts those feet down with some base width about him. What I like about him, every time he stops, he's on point. You don't have to put him together. A lot of these cattle, if you got to move all 4 feet and get him just right, get the top, get the head up to make him look good. When this bull stops, he's got that show ring presence about him. Bam, look at me. And I like this bull very much. He's got a lot of quality about him. Bull that stands in second's a good bull. He might have a little bit more muscle to him. He's a little bit heavier and coarser in that shoulder. He wants to let his pre-crease run out on him just a bit. But he's a good bull, strong top, has some muscle shape about him, a little bit coarser up through that front end. But the same type bulls, they're bulls that have muscle and thickness,
Alrighty.
a lot of strength on that
Well,
top.
we have quite
kind
a
of
few
different
bulls
type
for the
bull
judge
in
to
third
look
as far
at.
as his design. He too has some muscle and thickness about
I
him.
think they're all in the
His
ring
chest
now.
roll
Hey,
wants to
Misty,
fall out
glad
on
you
him
could
just a
join
little bit
us.
and run ahead
So
of him
all the bulls are
as
in the
you
ring
see him into
now,
that skeleton.
and
he's a bull
we
that
are
maybe
going
has
to
more
thank
width
again
shoulder to shoulder than he does
4N
stifle to
4N
stifle.
Ranch.
But
That's
I
going to
like
be
that bull. He's got
Bill
a
and
big
Connie
round
Nettles.
quarter
They've
on
done
him.
a
When you look at
tremendous
him
job
from
in
the
their
side
breeding
view,
program.
when you
4N
watch him
Ranch,
walk away
they
from
are
him,
over
compared
there
to
right
the
across
top two
from
bulls,
Hudgens
he
in that
doesn't
same
have quite as
aisle.
much base
They're in
width
the
on him.
IS
But
Ranch
he's a good bull, a lot
beds.
of quality
They
in
have
him, too.
semen
He
available
too
on
has a
some
lot of
great
show
bulls.
ring presence,
This is a
and he's
Woodson
up headed,
Demanso
has that eye feel that makes you
206
take a
son
second look.
that they bought
Then the young
in
man has a bull that blows at the
Mexico. His
plant.
name is
He's a
Bandit.
nice balanced
He's
bull,
a really nice
physique
bull.
design,
They have
just
semen
runs out of
available
power
on this
compared to those
206
top three
son
powerhouses
out
that
of
are
Mexico.
standing
That's our
1, 2,
friends
3.
Bill and
Really
Connie
nice
Nettles.
bulls up
And then,
to
of
the
course, they
beginning of
also
that
have the
particular
4N
class.
Mr. Pablo.
Congratulations.
And we're going to walk some cattle here in the third class of the bull calf division. I'm kind of up close and personal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are your results in class 39 in our
I'm going to back up
senior
just
bull
a
calf
little.
division. That was the
Sorry.
first class in that division. First went to entry number 1923, the bull ACC Fearless 674 F3 Allen Cattle Company, exhibiting owned by Catherine Allen of Crockett, Texas. Second went to entry 1922, also an Allen Cattle Company, Catherine Allen entry. Third went to entry 1990, JLS International, your owner and exhibitor out of Hondo, Texas. And fourth went to entry 2134, Marcela Garza, exhibiting owned by Stofa Rosa Ranch of Willis, Texas. Our next class in this division is class 40, your senior bull calves. These are the 1st of September to the 31st of October 2018. This is class 40.
We're going to back up just a little bit here with these bull calves, see if that gives us and them just a little bit more room. All right, hey Nick, thanks for joining us. We're in a really big bull calf class. Again, would like to thank Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for letting us be in the arena. That's been really, really nice of them. They knew some people were having trouble with travel situations and what with the weather and things that happened in Tennessee and everything else. So Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, very, very kind to allow the Brahman Journal to be in the arena with the cattle.
We're going to
It's been
leave
really
these
helpful.
bulls just as they were lined up coming into the ring. Very easy
Jim
class
Williams
winner
is
with
on the
young
other side
ladies
of the
bull.
arena,
He's a
judging the
bull that has
Rangas
tremendous
show.
depth of
So
body, and I
we're
see
here in
him.
the ring
He's
with
nice on his feet and
Pasquale
legs.
Swanner
Very nice and level down
watching
that
the
top
Brahman
line about him.
show.
Not maybe quite as much muscle as some of the bulls today that we've seen, but certainly in this class, he's a bull that's in the
And we
top
want to
two
remind
as far
everybody,
as muscle
Bullseye
strength.
Ranch had
I
that
like
win in
his
that very
depth.
first
I like
class.
that
That's
easy,
Bullseye
soft
Ranch and
look about
Satterfield
him.
Ranch
Very
actually is
docile
having a
Rangas
great
bull. Just a
Power
real
by
nice
Design
He
bull
might
sale.
need
That's
just
going to
a
be
tad
March
more
25th
extension,
through the
through that
26th
front end,
on
maybe
Cattle in
tighten up just a
Motion,
little bit.
and they are sharing their very best genetics. So the Bullseye Ranch and Satterfield Ranch, they have their Power by Design sale March 25th through the 26th on Cattle in Motion, and they have all kinds of like really great bulls that'll be selling or semen that'll be selling. So you want to save the date for that so you can create some of your own genetics that look like that. Now we're moving around some of the bulls, so let's go back to that arena.
I'd sure like to tighten him up in his underline, see him be just a little bit more comfortable as he moves and travels. He's just had a little bit more restricted off those hind legs, and not quite as easy moving up through that front end.
Thanks
But a
guys for
very
watching us
muscular
from
bull
all over the world.
that
We
young
really
man has.
appreciate that. Again, we are in our
Thank you,
third
Mr. Williams,
class
and here are
of
your
bull
results in
calves.
class 40. First
And
goes
Jim
entry
Williams is judging in the
2027.
ring behind us.
Bull
He was
LB,
just
Mr.
talking about
Blackspade.
his
Legendary
dad, Sloan
Rangas Journal
Williams,
Exhibitor
who
out of
is in
Central
the
Florida.
hospital and has
Second goes
been
entry number
for about 2 weeks.
1982.
So we want to reach
Janice,
out
your owner exhibitor
and think
from Belleville,
good thoughts
Texas.
and prayers sent out to
Third goes
Sloan
entry
Williams.
1936. Samuel Belch, your owner exhibitor from Gatesville, Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's
Thanks
set up
guys
your
for watching from all
entries
around.
for
Let
this
us
next
know where
division
you are
championship
watching
drive. This is
from.
for your senior bull calf champion in reserve. Your class 39 winner was entry 1923. Bull ACC Fearless 674 F3 Allen Cattle Company, exhibiting owned by Catherine Allen of Crockett, Texas. Your class 40 winner was entry 2027 LB Mr. Blackspade.
Again, it was really a fun day yesterday here with the
Class
female
39, your
classes. We
second
had
was
female
entry
classes all day,
1922,
and
Bull
again
ACC
another
Freedom
shout out.
674
We had
F8.
the probably our
Cattle
bull
Company,
of
Catherine
the
Allen,
Houston
your owner,
Livestock
out of
Show and
Crockett.
Rodeos.
And
Probably going
second
to
in
have to
class
be
40
Noble.
was entry
Noble is
1982,
owned by
Bull
B.R. Cottrell
JCF
and
chairman
John
of the board,
Coleman Locke
820F.
and Sam
Janice,
Sparks
your
of
owner, exhibitor at
SRS.
Belleville.
And
Ladies
Noble
and
really
gentlemen,
knocked
let's
it
give
out
all
of the
these
park
entries in this
because
division
in
a
that,
big round of applause
if you
for a
were
great
here for
job
that
today.
grand champion drive of the gray females, all 4 of those champions, those 4 divisions, they were all sired by Noble.
Over in our Rangas show
So
throughout the morning, we're going to
congratulations
recognize
to
our
B.R. Cottrell
show
and their
bulls
bull
of the
battery.
year and our
So
appearance
let's
of the
go
year.
back to
The 2018
the
and 19
arena
show
as they
year was a
move
highly
around a little
competitive
bit
and
more.
year-long display of excellence in the breeding and exhibition of Rangas and Red Rangas cattle.
And again, we have
And I
Brahman
think Mr.
cattle
Reeves is ready, so let's
and
move on
Rangas
over to
cattle
him.
in the
Here
same
we're gonna
arena.
go
The
for
arena
division.
is
We have
split.
2 bulls very muscular in this lineup for our division. Really a nice level top, strong body bull.
And a
with
shout out to our
combination.
friends
when
at
he sets up, he's got some base width about him. Big, powerful hind quarter, good strong
Double A
top.
Ranch.
Bull
Double
at
A Ranch
second
is
is
going to
a bull
have
that
their
has
Sweet
maybe just a little
Senoritas
bit more
sale.
depth of
That's an
side,
online heifer
but he's
sale
a
that'll
bull
be
that
April
doesn't have near
20th
the
through
muscle
21st
expression
on
of
Cattle in
bull that's
Motion.
sitting right at the head.
Some of these
A lot of
females you're
people
seeing here are going to be
associate,
selling.
depth a lot of times with,
DoubleABrahmans.com is the
having superior
website.
muscle. That's
Double
very-
A Ranch
not
is the
always a
name of
good
their
indicator
ranch.
of
That's
muscle.
Danny Acevedo and his
Talking about
family.
that was
And
depth of
they
body.
have
Think of
just
the
some
whole
great
feed
genetics.
cows,
They've
some of the
always
dairy breeds
done really
that
well
have
with their
tremendous
cattle.
depth of
They
body.
have a tremendous group of heifers that are going to be selling, and they're right there across the hallway from Bullseye Ranch, right behind V8 in that basic area right by the arena, and that is Double A Ranch Sweet Senorita Sale. You can learn more by going to their website at AABrahmins.com or going to the Cattle in Motion website. So we really want to remind you about that event, and we're going back and forth. You can see that they've got like some different females that are selling, and so they should do really well with their sale. They have a lot of really great genetics.
Viewing these bulls from the side, he just has more muscle.
And now we're going to wait
through that
for
forearm, through that stifle. You'll be the reserve division champion.
Jim Williams to finish with
this is a really nice bull that doesn't get in the purple today, but I know he's a good bull, and I appreciate it very much, young lady. They just have a little bit more thickness.
I'm sorry, who is our class winner?
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And
here?
your champion goes to entry number
Our class winner is going to be
1923. Bull ACC Fearless 674 F3 and Allen Cattle Company
It's
entry.
a Hudgens
And
entry.
reserve goes to entry number
in this class.
1922 with
And
ACC
again,
Freedom
this is our third
674
class.
F8
This is
and another Allen Cattle
895
Company
that's sitting
entry.
in that first
Again,
spot.
please let's
This
give all
is
these
gonna be
entries a big round of applause for a great
JDH
job
Dorado
today.
Manso 491 over 9. This is a JDH
Over in our
Woodson
Brahman ring, I
Manso
think we have
son.
a powerful set of bulls when we come out here and analyze these cattle. The bull that starts it out for me is a bull that just comes in, I like him. He's another bull that's just got a lot of breed character about him. I think when you see him, he's a kid that's complete, sound. When we look at him as far as his overall muscle and structure about him, he like that hump placement above that shoulder that he possesses, and he like that massive head he's got in him, and yet still has that refinement, that shoulder that he brings to us. The blue bull that comes in next is a neat package bull. I think when we look at it today, he just beat as far as overall muscling and thickness in that lower hind quarter, but a bull that's got some depth of body and spring of rib about him. But today, for me, the bull in first is more of a massive individual. Then you come to a good line, clean looking bull that comes in next, a dark pigment bull, a bull that's smooth in that shoulder pattern when we look at him today. I think a bull, if we could change him up any, we'd like to pull him down that flank just a bit more to give him the volume, the capacity, and the look of the bulls in front of him. And the next bull that comes to us, a beautiful bull on profile when we look at him, strong in that top, got a good hip in him. You like the pre-fusion sheath on this bull, and he's cleaning that deal out, but when I get behind him today and get that rear view, I just like to see more of him as far as muscling. We come to the next bull in the lineup. I think a nice bull when he gets set. He's got some substance about him. I think when we look at him compared to the other bulls today, he kind of tapers away and doesn't balance out with the uniformity and balance as the other bulls in front of him. A good class of bulls from top to bottom. Thank y'all.
Okay, that was in first. That was JDH Dorado Manso 491 over 9. That's a JDH Woodson DeManso son. Out of JDH Miss Rosalie Manso, and of course JD Hudgens, shown and owned by Bill Hudgens. And then our second place was Mr. V8 641 over 8. That's going to be a Mr. V8 380 son. You can probably tell by the coloring of that one, really that dark color. And he is out of JDH Lady Elmo Manso, and that is a BR Contraire entry. BR Contraire entry there in second, and Hudgens in first. Hey Tyler, glad you could join us. Let's talk about Tyler Cohen. Tyler Cohen, we were talking about Tyler. He is Bogachito Cattle Company. He has a website, southernbrahman.com, and you can visit the Shop Now page. You can get up to $1,000 off on your purchase of some great sires such as JDH Mr. Manso 840, that's the graduate. They also have a special on Mr. H Red Rhino 765. That's of course the sire of the 8 over 9 cow. Then we have JDH Peru Manso 800, JDH Sir Clive Manso, and some embryo packages that are available on Peru, crossed on Miss Jazzy 21, and sexed embryos available on JDH 840, the graduate, crossed on Miss V85.
10th in the class to 1107.
93. My eyes might be wrong. Sorry guys. Yep, 593 over 6 or JDH 8.
Bull that wins this
Marie
class
the
is the
graduate,
nicest
crossed
balanced
on
bull
Miss
in the
Lady
class by a
Priscilla.
long shot.
So go visit southernbrahman.com. They have a special going on for Houston as we go back into the arena for our great calf classes. And thanks, Tyler. Oh, that's Tyler Hughes that's watching, as well as Tyler Cohen. So thanks, guys, for watching. Tyler Hughes is Triple H, so he is watching as well as Tyler Cohen. Got my two Tylers watching, and I always enjoy that.
not quite as much muscle shape as the bull that goes out. I do like him from hooks to pins just a little bit. Then a real thick muscular bull that stands at third.
Julio
He's a little bit
Suarez,
off
where are you
on the
watching from?
Left front shoulder, a little bit gimpy off it as he walks.
And Carrie
Not quite
Clay,
as
I hope
nice
you're
off the rear
watching.
placement of hind legs, like the
Because we
leveling
have
up
Bailey
Mr.
right
Hanson
here.
hooks
She
to
is the
pins.
second one in. And of course we have Clayton Bridges with Satterfield Ranch sitting right here by us. So we might as well talk about Satterfield Ranch. They have that Power by Design sale that they've paired up with
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Your
Bullseye.
class 39
And then also
results.
Satterfield Ranch is the
First
home
goes
of
to
Mighty
entry
Mouse.
22,
Mighty Mouse, they have
27.
some semen available.
Bull
They have some
Dos Equis,
specials.
TNT's Joker, Dos
Satterfield
Equis,
Ranch, they are in the
Owner
yellow
Exhibitor
section
from
right there,
Washington, Texas.
where it turns
Second
into the
went to
purple
entry
section.
2181,
So go visit them here in the
MBJ
barn.
Ranch Exhibiting,
Mighty
owned
Mouse
by
was
Fernando
the
Franco of Orton,
2018
Texas.
ABBA
Third
National
went to entry 2255,
Reserve Grand Champion.
Caden
So he was our National Reserve Grand
Exhibitor out of Eagle
Champion.
Lake,
Mighty
Texas.
Mouse, there's
Congratulations
nothing
to those
mousy
entries.
about him. He is
We now
pretty
have
mighty.
class
I've seen
40,
him in
your senior
person.
bull
He's
calf
got a
class.
tremendous amount of muscle.
He's
So
a
Satterfield
September and
Ranch, stop by
October
and visit with either Scott
Bulls
Satterfield or
2018.
Clayton Bridges
Class
about
40.
that. And we're going to watch him walk. And we're going to have a shout out to Bailey. And Jordan Thomas has joined us. We will talk about Jordan. They are AT Brahmins. They're going to have a sale with us on bestcattlesales.com. We'll throw up that information here shortly as these bulls walk around the class, walk around the arena, and kind of get themselves settled in. We'll let you know a little bit more about that AT Brahmins prospect sale that they're going to have. It is going to be on Best Cattle Sales. Best Cattle Sales is the Brahman Journal's
These are two
auction
nice bulls
site.
in this particular
That is our
class.
auction
Elite bull,
site. We actually have a couple
very
of test
dominant bull
auctions
amongst
going
the
on
two. Very
at the
long body,
booth. You can
has a
go
lot
and
of
practice,
muscle shape
learn
to
how
it
to
and a
sign
nicely
up,
designed
see
sheath.
how it works. It is
Just a
pretty
little bit
cool.
extra
We've
leather
worked
in the
really
front.
hard on
It
our
also holds
auction
that
site to
three-piece
make
up
it
real
super
well when it
friendly.
walks and
We have a
travels.
favorites
Just a real
capability
nicely designed,
where you can just kind
lot
of look for your
heavy
favorite.
condition
Hey Richard,
of
this
bull to
is
lead off
the
this
third
Very
class.
muscular bull that stands
Third
at second.
class or fourth?
He's not near as nice in
Fourth
his
class.
tail
This is
placement
the
where it
fourth
runs into
class
the spine.
of
The bull that
gray
wants to be a
bulls.
little bit
This is
higher up
class
through that
31
twist
of the
area,
gray bull
but to a lot
calves.
of muscle
And we
and
have
shape
one
to it.
more,
Just not
one
as
more
nicely
class.
balanced, as I said, a little bit cut up in the twist.
After this
Two
one
nice
more
red
class,
Rangas
then
bulls.
we're going to have the division drives. So we
Thank you very
are
much. And here are your results in class
right now
40.
in class 31.
First
We are
one's
in
entry
class
number
31
2196.
here on the Brahman
Bull
side.
MCR
Class
Turbo
31.
600 over 9.
We are in
Trio
class
Cattle
31
Genetics
on the Brahman
exhibiting
side of the arena.
McDonald Ranches and
And
Trio
we're gonna
Cattle
talk about
Genetics.
that
Maybank,
AT
Texas.
Brahmans,
Second went to entry number 2292.
AT
Canyon
Brahmans is
Wood,
going to
your
have
owner
their
and
fall
exhibitor
prospect
from
sale
Bryan, Texas.
April 13th through
Now
14th,
we're
like
gonna
we
set up
talked
your
about,
lineup here for
and that's
your
going to be
senior
on
bull calf championship
bestcattlesales.com. We noticed
Class
Jordan
39,
was
your winner was
watching us,
entry
so we're going to
2227,
remind
Dos
Jordan
Equis, TNT's
that she
Joker,
has these
Bull,
dates
Dos
set,
Equis
and it's going to be
Cattle
bestcattlesales.com.
Owner and exhibitor. First in
And thank
class
you,
40 was
Suzanne
entry
Lindley, for letting
2196,
us know you were
MCR Turbo,
watching, and
600
we really
over
appreciate
9.
it. And thank you to the
Trio
Houston
Cattle
Livestock
Genetics
Show and
McDonald
Rodeo.
Ranches, your
I
owner.
completely agree with that.
For reserve
Houston Livestock
consideration
Show
this
and Rodeo
morning,
has been
second
kind
in
enough
class
to
39
let us
was
be in the
entry
arena. So
2181.
thank you guys
Bull
for shouting
TK
out to them
Expressway
and letting them know how
225F2.
much we appreciate
MBJ
being
Ranch
in the
exhibiting
arena
owned by
for those of
Fernando
you
Franco.
who could not travel.
Class 40, your second
We
place
have
is
both
entry
arenas going at the
2292.
same
Bull
time.
MCR
We see
Diesel,
Brooke Craters watching us.
595
She is the
Canyon
communication
Wood, your owner and
chair
exhibitor from Bryan,
at the
Texas.
ABBA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give these entries a
Gonna
big
have
round
the
of applause
last
for a great job
name
this morning.
change here pretty quick. She's engaged, and she's going to be in England, I believe. And she's over there at England Cattle Company where you can go visit them. They're in the blue section. So Mike England is our new
Two real nice
vice
bulls out here
president,
for our
our
division.
new vice
Big,
president of
massive
the
bone
ABBA,
bull
so thanks to
that
him.
leads off the
Juan
class. He's
Francisco,
not
¿dónde
quite as
está?
level in his hip, not quite as strong down his top
You- I
line
thought when I
as the
saw
bull
you
that stands right
in
behind me. But he
Panama
is
that you were gonna be here at
tremendously strong and a
Houston.
massive type bull. Wants to display
I
out
haven't
just
seen
a
you
tad
yet,
in
Juan
front.
Francisco.
Bull that stands, wins
I know I will
class
see
two.
Juan
Just a
Francisco,
really,
though,
really nice
in,
bull. A lot of thickness and
Honduras
muscle
when I
to him.
go
Really
there
nice and level
in 2
down
weeks
that top,
for the
a lot of
Exhibitor
up-headedness.
Permanente.
He'll be the
So
division
shout out to
champion.
Juan Francisco.
Congratulations to you, young man. Then we
If
bring
you're
a
here,
bull
you
that's
need to
similar
come
to him
visit
in
with me.
height. that
Hey,
stood in
Janice, how are
second.
you?
He's a bull not quite as medium through his tail.
Watching
head.
maybe from the
Wants to
stands,
drop
I have a
his chin
feeling.
Just a little bit when
And
he walks. Gets his
how
hind
are
legs up
you,
under him
lady?
somewhat. But a nice individual. It's a little bit closer here. I like his design of sheath somewhat better. I'd like to
Okay,
tighten
we're
this
down
bull
to the
up
top
here.
four.
Let me look
We
at
have
him just a second.
Satterfield, we have V8, we have Hudgens, and we have Bullseye in the top four right now. So if you can see, these are the top four that are being judged
We'll
by
follow up on the
Pasquale.
second
We'll
and
see
last
what he's
deal.
going to do.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your champion in this division, your senior bull calf, goes to entry number 2196.
And you can hear Jim Williams in the background. That is him judging on the other side of the arena.
Entry 2292, Kenyon Wood, your owner exhibitor. Congratulations to them, and we'll move
And we're in
into
the
our
arena with
exhibition.
Pasquale Swanner,
Rangas show.
judging in the Brahman side of the arena. Make sure you stop by the Brahman Journal booth and get the March
All
magazine.
right,
We're
next
going to
up,
have
ladies and
Bullseye
gentlemen,
Ranch
our
is
Rangas
coming
Bull
in
Show.
first.
This is the start of our summer champion bull
Bullseye
division.
Ranch is coming in first. Don't forget their Power
Class
by
43 late
Design
summer yearling
sale
bulls,
that they're going to be
July
having.
2018 to the 31st of August 2018. This is class 43.
And then we have Satterfield sitting in second and Bullseye in first. That's
A
very
nice class of
appropriate.
gray bulls over on our Brahman side. I think when you look at these bulls, there's some give and take and how you want to place them. But I think the bull that comes to the top for me is the bull we have in first. He's a long-bodied bull. I like his overall hip that he's got in him. He's a bull, I think when you look at him, he has that substance of bone that you like and see in this bull. And he's attractive to look at when you look at him. The bull that comes next is a big bone, massive bull with a lot of depth of body. When we look at him, I think when you see him, you like to see him probably a little sounder off those pastures when he's on the move. But a bull with a lot of depth of body and capacity. We come to the next two bulls. They're good bulls. I think they're a little different in type and kind and not as massive as the two bulls today, but they're fresh in their appearance when we look at him. The bull we have in front of us is a good loin bull. When we look at him, he's smoother in his shoulder when we see him today. The dark pigment bull that comes next, really an attractive individual with a good top in him. I think today we just like to see him probably have more substance of bone, I think, when we compare him to the bulls in front of him. The next bull that comes up to us, really a tight-made individual. He's a solid, when you see him, he's got some depth of body. He kind of wants to roach up underneath himself when he's on the move. A good class from top to bottom when we look at these individuals.
Alrighty then, that
And
class
thank you, Mrs. Warner,
was
for
won
the
by
overview of our
Mr.
placings
BER
here in
Lincoln
Class
633.
31. And
BER
take
Lincoln
in that class
633
was entry
is a JBR Mr.
1173,
07 over
Bullseye
4
Ranch,
son
Burton,
out of
Texas,
Miss
and their
BER
bull, Mr.
Princess, and of
BER
course that's
Lincoln
Bullseye Ranch,
633.
Charlotte, and
Your second place
Barry
in the
Smith,
class
and of course Derek
goes
Smith
to
was on the stick.
1109,
And then we have
Satterfield Ranch,
Satterfield Ranch,
Texas,
Mr.
and their bull,
SNS Gus. That's
Mr.
SNS Gus is a son of
Gus,
Mr. SNS Mighty
384
Mouse,
over 9.
and out of Miss
Your
SNS
third place
462
goes
over
to
8. So we can actually
897
talk about
Baby
that a
Hutchins
little bit.
Incorporated
So
in
that
Hunterford, Texas.
second bull was
Our fourth
sired
place to
by
1283 entry from V8
Satterfield
Ranch,
Ranch, but that was
Bowling,
the
Texas.
Mighty
Taking the
Mouse,
class to
okay? So the
1108,
second bull,
Satterfield Ranch,
second class
Tennessee.
winner was a Mighty Mouse son. And of course, we have that the Bullseye Ranch and Satterfield Ranch is having their Power by Design sale. So we just had a bull win the class that was a Bullseye Ranch. And then we had a Satterfield Ranch. And actually, let's not forget that Satterfield Ranch has some specials here on their Lawless SNS
Ridge
Flawless,
Brahmans,
and
Kaplan,
also their
Louisiana,
Mr.
and
SNS
rounding
Flex Bull.
placings
They have some
was
tremendous
entry
bull
number
power
519,
over at Satterfield
AT
Ranch, some
Brahmans,
great genetics.
Honey
So
Grove,
make sure you stop by
Texas.
their booth or stop by the Bullseye Ranch booth
Congratulations
and
to
ask them
these
about
ribbon winners.
what they have going on here at Houston.
We're now in our final
And we are in our
class
final
of the
gray
calf
class.
division, class 32, Gray Brahmans, bulls born during January through February 2019.
This is the toughest decision that I've had all day. The bull that leads off the class, obviously the high performance bull. It's got a lot of muscle and got a lot of thickness to it. I'd be the first to say he sure needs to be tightened up underneath. There is no doubt about that. He's a little bit heavier in through that, he's pretty heavy, through that sheath area and through that dewlap. But he's just got more thickness, more muscle, more depth of body to him. And he's just a stouter made bull. And there's places for these bulls, but you've got to be very selective how you breed him to some of these cattle that are tight ribbed and tubular type. But today, that's the bull I would take home, but I'd sure grant he needs to be a little bit cleaner. The bull in second,
Alrighty,
young
we
lady
have
just had
the
a hard
last
time getting
class.
him set up.
This is the
Never
last
could. I'm
class
not
of
using
the
that
gray
for an
calf
excuse. I can
division.
pick 'em with
The
a
last
100
class,
miles
and
an
then
hour.
we'll be moving
I like it.
into
But
the
he's a
gray
bull that's been
championship
frustrating to show
and
this at this point. He's a long body
the
bull,
wet calf
very
division
clean in
championship
through that
followed by the
sheath
gray
area.
calf division
Doesn't
championship.
stand on very
We
much
just want to
bone.
thank
I can see
again
him,
our good
and he
friends
wants to be,
over at
you see,
4N
she's
Ranch
in that
for
top, he
having
wants to be soft
helped
top.
us be in the
Putting
arena.
that show
They
stick
have
on
some
that
semen
top
available
and
on
he
their
wants to
bulls.
break just a
They've
little
got
bit. But if you
Bandit,
say, hey,
which is a
that first
206
place
son.
bull
Of
just
course,
has
we
too
just
much
had a
sheath for me,
206
Jim,
son win one of
I'd say,
these
hey, I
classes
agree
here
with you.
a minute
Just
ago.
whatever you
And then,
like
of
on
course,
that.
they
And I'll
have
tell
their
you,
Pablo
it's easy to
bull,
judge these
Foreign
guys sitting
Mr.
in the
Pablo.
stand, 'cause you can talk
He is
about him and say,
a
what do you
really
think?
nice
You think
bull
old Williams
that
messed up on that? But when you're out there judging them,
they
it's just old
have
Williams
semen
out here,
available on,
and I've got a
and
call
then they
like I
also
see it on
have
these
their
bulls.
Woodrow
And,
bull.
I like
And
the
let's
bull to
watch
win 'cause
these
he's got
bulls
more
walk
depth
around
and
the
muscle
arena
and thickness
here
to him.
in the calf class.
Grant, he could be tighter underneath. That's a close placing. We'll see in about 5 years how the calves are, and if you know it, then he messed up on that, well, hey, he might have had that right. That's a tough placing. Sometimes as judges, you just have to say, hey, it's a toss-up. But you got to pull the trigger, and I'm the guy that's got to pull the trigger this morning. That's how I like it.
All right, over here on the Rangas show, our Class 43 results are in, and first goes entry 1963. The bull GBB Long Branch 915 F6. Gina Gill exhibiting for owner G-Bar Rangas of Beckville, Texas. Second went to entry 2044, Pat Ponderosa, your owner and exhibitor from Boyd, Texas. Now we're leading in Class 44 single entry. This is a
Hey,
23
Jim Bob
May
Trent, glad
2018
you are
bull.
watching.
Class 44.
Again, we would like to thank Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for being kind enough to allow us to be in the arena. They knew some people were going to have trouble with traveling here, with visa issues and weather issues around the world. And just so those of you who are just now joining us, that's Jim Williams' voice. And the other side of the arena, we have Pasquale Swanner as the judge here on the Brahman side.
With John Meyer showing him, and then I thought of the bull Piney, W.B. Harris had. And he was out of the 101 cow, Dr. Vineyard, if I remember right. I remember those bulls, just like his yesterday. But I bet he's in there somewhere.
And again, we want to thank everyone for supporting us to have this event and be here in the arena.
Single entry here in
We
this
want to
class.
thank and let people know about our best cattle sales that we have coming up. That's that third annual Family Tradition Sale, 4T and Boxar Caney Creek. Great article about Boxar Caney Creek in the magazine this month. You need to read about it. They're a family that have like really focused on their Brahman breeding, and they're having a tremendous year. And then of course AT Brahmans, they have
Thank you
their
very much,
fall-born
Mr. Williams. Your
prospect
Class
sale
44 results.
at is
are
April
in, and
13
first
through
goes entry
14 on Best
2073,
Cattle
Bull Mr.
Sales.
Johnny C.
And then again,
Lake
we want to
Park,
talk
their owner and
about there is
exhibitor,
a
Roseland,
something
Louisiana.
special sale. Something special sale.
Now
Cebu
we're gonna lead in
online
our
sale. They're going to have a
entries
lot
for
of different
the
breeds
Summer
in that
Champion
sale.
Bull.
That'll be a lot of fun. That's May 19 through 20
back
on
into our main arena, your class
bestcattlesales.com.
43
So
winner was
thank
entry
for them
1963.
helping us be in the arena. And of
GBB
course,
Long
always
Branch
want to say shout out to our
915F6.
good friends
Gina
at
Gill,
Elgin Breeding Service.
exhibiting owned by
Elgin
G-Bar
Breeding
Rangas of
Service.
Beckville.
Hillary is here in the
Going
building.
up
You can
against
go
class
visit with
44 winner,
her
entry
about what's going
2073,
on.
Mr. Johnny C. the Bull.
Collecting the
Lake Park's
bulls
owner
they
and
have
exhibitor
that
from
are
Roseland,
available
Louisiana.
and that sort of thing.
Also up for reserve
So make
consideration
sure
this
you
morning, class 43,
support the
second
people who
place
have
was
supported
Bull
us.
PP
We'd like to
Trendsetter,
remind you about the
915
National
F8,
F1 in
Pat
Texas
Ponderosa,
Brahman
exhibitor from
Association
Boyd, Texas.
Brahman Female
Ladies
Sale
and gentlemen,
that
please give
supports the
these entries
ABBA,
in
and
this
that's
summer
Broken
drive a
Triangle
big round of
Marketing.
applause for a great
You can
job today.
visit with Milton Carranza about that event,
As Mr.
but
Williams
they support the
looks over
ABBA,
these bulls, let's try and
so we
get
need to
into our
support them, and
announcements
we're
on
back
our award
in the very final
presentations.
class
Like
of
you
the
know that
calf
the honored show
division,
animal and show parent of the
the
year
great
is
calf
one of the most
division, and then
distinguished
we'll be
honors
moving
that a breeder
into
can
the
achieve for a
red
program.
championship
It's highly
calf
sought
drive.
after and
Red
sometimes
championship
hard
calf
fought
drive.
after achievement.
I'll be closing
The
out
IBBA
shortly, so I
thanks
can go on
all of
to
the exhibitors from across the country
so I can
who
go
showed
on
off not
to
only the products of their program
gimbal
tools,
with my
but
phone
display and
and
promote
get you guys an
Rangas
up
to the
close
beef
personal
industry.
look of the divisions.
And it's our pleasure to announce that the 2018-2019 Rangas Show Bull of the Year, the winner is DDD Final Source 38D21, exhibited by Mark and Tammy Perry, MP Brangus, Crawford, Texas,
Okay,
and
it looks
Dugan
like we
Diamond
have
D
a
Ranch,
winner.
Poteet, Texas. The runner-up is DDD Tank
Looks like we
468E,
have
bred
a
and
winner.
exhibited by Dugan Diamond D
And
Ranch,
we will have
of
those
Poteet,
results
Texas,
in
and
the
GKB Cattle Company of Waxahachie, Texas.
we'll have those
Ladies and
results
gentlemen,
in
please
the
give a big
comments
round of applause
shortly, and then
for
we'll
our
talk about
breeders and
them when they
exhibitors of
come
the
back.
Rangas Show Bull
So
of the
we'll
Year.
listen to what the judge has to say about the first and second, and then we're going to jump off.
Over in
and-
our Brahman ring, I think we have a powerful set of bulls out in this lineup. The bull that starts the class, I think when he walks in, you give it to him. He's a bull that's powerful in his overall makeup, and top when we look at him, he's got a neat head, neck, and shoulder on him when we see him. I think a bull, when you look at it, is a good breeding piece for you to utilize. I like how clean he is in that sheath and that pre-pubes area. You would look at him and you drop down that hip and going down that lower round, he's got muscle and thickness and he's sound when you see that. We come to the bull in second place. He's a different type of bull, but a big capacious bull when we see him. He's got a lot of rip to him when we look at him. He's a bull that I like the substance of bone he stands on. I like the head on this bull. The two neat bulls that are first and second in this lineup. Then we come to another bull that's
We're
a
going to
larger
jump
frame
off,
bull.
and we will be